Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Hey besties, it's Behind the Shade. We have got to talk about the new episode of Married to Medicine, season 12, episode 6, All in the Family. Well, honey, Quad, I don't know, honey. I feel for you. This IVF journey you're on, I know it's a lot. You are really throwing money into this, traveling across the world 2, 3, 4 times, shooting yourself up, mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted, hormonally exhausted. Are you sure this is what you want? Because at the time of filming, Quad is 45 years old. I'm just let me say, you just now thinking about having kids. Like, girl, the clock stopped ticking. The eggs are boiled. They rotten. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just like, you pushing 50. It's just some other things to do. You starting off real late. Girl. And honey, if you pay attention from last week's episode, Kirk King's, I think his first name is Kirk. I listened to someone else and she calls him by his first name. So she called him Kirk. King, yeah, he's checked out. He checked out. But let's get into it, y'all. So the episode begins. Quad is back home. Excuse me. Quad and King are back home from Ghana. This is round 3 of the IVF. She has a few of the ladies over because she has some good news. So she had Dr. Heavenly, Contessa, and Angel over to see her big old booty. Honey, that dress was hugging her and she was pow, pow, pow. Okay. So the good news is she has 4 eggs in Ghana being fertilized. Now they gotta, 4 is good. You only need 1 to have a baby, but she got 4 going. So this is a huge win for them. Keen meets up with Eugene and Cecil at the barbershop. And he was talking about, this starting over with having kids because this season we get to hear about a daughter. I don't know. I don't know how old she is. I'll look into that. Give me a second, besties. Let me look. Besties, I couldn't find anything. I couldn't even find out his age. So anyway, he has a daughter. So he's telling the guys at the barbershop, this whole IVF journey is just pretty much he's catering to Quad's needs and putting his to the side. And, because he has a daughter and he has to go to Ghana. They were gone for a long time, it sounds like, for this trip. So he knows he has to be there for Quad, for them to stay together. But if he says something, he's afraid if he got to bring up his needs, he'll appear to be selfish in her eyes. Cecil agrees. So the ladies fill Quad in about the fight between Toya and Heavenly. Child, she was like, oh, I missed this, huh? So she said, I've talked to her. She said, I'll talk about her husband, but she talks about my child. This is Heavenly. And she said, once you talk about my kids, I can say what I want to about you. And it's just like, I don't remember what Contessa said. She doesn't remember Toya talking about Heavenly's son. And, the going to, the allegations of him being arrested. And she came at Heavenly real hard. Heavenly was like, I don't know where this animosity is coming from. So then they connect the conversation. Yeah, it in turn towards Simone and how she's always looking up people's business and their information and whose name is the car in and when did you buy the house and how much was it. And now Quad is questioning Simone's friendship because why is it Simone minding her own business? Because we know Simone has a lot of business to mind. And she probably doesn't mind her own business because her business drives her crazy. Them kids, that husband, blah, blah, blah. So then Mimi and Steve are at home, and Mimi is stressed out. She had a horrible day at work, and their son, Stevie, is a lot. He is a lot. He's on the spectrum. She's like, when I'm in the car, I drive so nervously because she's not sure if, he's going to hit her with something, throw something, whatever. So the daughter went to her mom's house for a week because she even needs a break. Having a brother on the spectrum is a lot for her to have to deal with. So they give her a break and let her go to grandma's house. And I really feel for Mimi because she's small. She loves her kid. And this is a lot for her. She didn't sign up for this. And thank goodness, Steve, the dad, he is like, he jumps right in and wants to help. He's like, hey, babe, do what you have to do for you. I got this. Oh, love that for her. But it's so hard. I know it is. But Steve, you are one heck of a guy. You are one heck of a man. Kudos to you, Steve. So Heavenly meets her half brother for the first time. His name is Travis. So, she's like, so how old are you? So he's like 5 years older than she is. Okay. He's 59. She's 54. She tells him that her mom and dad were married they were married 8 years before she was born. So they do the math. Yes, Pops was a Rolling Stone. He had that baby on her mother. Heavenly is like, oh my goodness, not my daddy cheating on my mama. No. She was like, my daddy was a deacon of the church and he was a good provider. And he was slipping out, honey. They do it, honey. So she finds out the brother only met their dad once, when he was small, and that was that on that. Oh, that's so sad. They really do resemble each other. And he was telling Heavenly, like, oh yeah, you look like a few of my daughters. And she was like, yeah, you kind of look like one of my sons. And yeah, they do. He looked like the dad. They put us side by side. Yes, Travis is Dr. Heavenly's half brother. So she invites him and his family to her family reunion. And I'm thinking like a family reunion, but it's actually a physician's family reunion. And I'm sitting here looking at this show. We're in episode 6. We have 3 new housewives, doctors. My bad, doctors. Y'all know it's late. It's like 12:30 in the morning. I've been up working. I already did Potomac, but there's 3 other new doctors on this show, and they're not stepping up. Heavenly is a friend of, and she acts like a castmate. She been on here fussing and fighting and throwing parties and stuff. It's like, when is the Brandies and the Angels and the Mimis gonna step it up? What's happening? So this is a family reunion for all the physicians to bring their families. So cute. So y'all, every family has a different color t-shirt. So like Heavenly, her family wore turquoise t-shirts. Mimi's family, they all wore green. Quad's family wore purple. Simone's family wore orange. Jackie's family wore pink. And Toya, her family wore yellow. Dr. Contessa wasn't going to be available because her daughter had something going on, some pageant, I don't know, cotillion or something. They were away. So she invites Travis and his family to come to the family reunion. And so now they are going to have a mac and cheese contest, honey. Heavenly admits she don't know how to cook. She don't even know how to pull pots out of a cabinet. She don't know nothing. So she on the phone with Jackie. Now Jackie is the last person that looks like she knows how to cook macaroni and cheese. Something about Dr. Jackie does not equate to mac and cheese. I just don't see it for her making mac and cheese, but she probably could. She is from the South. So she's trying to tell Dr. Heavenly how to make the mac and cheese. And they get their lines crossed, and yeah, never mind. So Cecil, he's at the house. He's making his mac and cheese, and he ain't worried about Eugene because his recipe go back to Texas from 75 years ago. Now, production caught the back of his head, y'all, the top of his head. He had to bend over, or he was bending over doing something. And baby, Cecil is thinning on the top. I was like, OMG. So I was like, when he went to the barber shop, did they put some hair fibers in his hair? I guess not, since we saw. But I was like, yeah, yeah, no, okay, not bad, but okay, Cecil, you better do something with that boy. So at the Harris's home, Eugene has taught his kids how to cook, honey. So Ashton is making the mac and cheese, honey. He's making his roux, this, that, and the other. And his mama is like rooting him on, like, you better do good. We got to win. So at Simone's house, she's telling Cecil while he's making his mac and cheese, like, she's a little mad that he's not, taking things off her plate. She's working, she's the doctor, it's a lot going on, and he's just, woo, woo, woo. And I'm not sure if that's really what her issue with Cecil is. To me, it would be more like, you need to be on my team. When I say, I need you to say, like, y'all need to be together. I think that's the issue, not take some things off my plate. But this is her marriage, not mine. So he was like, wait a minute, I do take things off your plate, so don't do that. What are you saying? They can't stay mad at each other for no length of time. So he was like, you need to pod something. They go back and forth and back real quick. They start laughing. He was like, because what you saying ain't true, and you know what you saying ain't true. And then they laugh about it. And I think that's cute. Because, sometimes, say what you got to say, but you ain't got to stay mad forever. Like he said, say what we got to say and let's move on. That's how we work. Okay. So it's the day of the physicians reunion. Everyone's arriving and all their different t-shirt colors. So Toya asks Heavenly, oh, where's your other son at? And Heavenly looking like, girl, don't start no mess. She not finna act stupid in front of her kids. So she says in her confessional, Toya always got something stupid to say. So she tells Toya, this is a family reunion. Don't start no ish. Our families are here. Don't start no mess. My brother is coming with his family. I got to put on. Now, be on your best behavior. So in her confessional with Daddy, she going to say, that's why her man Dick's still little. Right, Daddy? It's like, what do you mean, right, Daddy? Dr. Damon is like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And here come Quad and Ken, honey. They pull up in a red Ferrari. Now, is this the same car that King pulled up at the barbershop in? Because I thought that was a Corvette, child. I didn't know it was a Ferrari. Okay. The crowd goes wild. You know, Toya got something to say. She be hating. She be hating. They all like, wait a minute. So production asked Quad, did you drive in the Ferrari to avoid Simone getting the VIN number off your Rolls Royce? And she's like, I ain't thinking about no Simone and no VIN number. Child, we riding anything we want. What you need? We got everything. They sure do. So then here comes Heavenly's brother and his family. They all greeting, meeting. He seems so cool, right? And so everybody else is like, where'd you find a brother at? They looking like, your brother? What? How so? What? So Angel comes with her family and some mystery man, Dr. Bernard. Child, they had a shot at the back of his head. He needs some hair fibers too. These men going bald in Atlanta. So Toya want to know who that is because Angel just asked her to hook her up with one of Eugene's friends, preferably a doctor. And then she was trying to hook her up and she didn't even show up. So she looking like, who is this dude? Okay. Uh-huh. So then Toya's inside cheating with the mac and cheese contest. She going around encouraging people to vote for the yellow because that's her color. And so it worked. Ashton won. They all said she over there cheating. She cheated. You just a cheater. And then she gonna say, how y'all gonna take the winning from that 15-year-old? Toya knows she was cheating. So now Toya want to meet Dr. Bernard. Oh my goodness. Here she come. So who is this? Angel starts stuttering. She said, why are you stuttering? Who is it? And she gets he's a close friend. And she like, how long y'all been talking? For a decade. A decade? Yeah, we've dated and we just trying to see. So y'all dating, y'all seeing each other, y'all together, y'all doing it, y'all trying to date, what you doing? He like, yeah, that's why I'm here. Figuring it out. That's what we doing. And it's like Toya is breaking all the girls' code. She is not reading the room. I guess, Angel, you shouldn't have left her hanging. You should have kind of let her know what you had going on because you had her thinking you were single, and you're not. You just single. So, so Toya asked Dr. Bernard, oh, so you found out she wanted me to hook her up? Ciao. Toya, read the room. Shut up. So Angel had to come clean and explain to him that she did inquire, about meeting somebody. So she's like, we're trying to figure it out. And so Toya gonna ask, how is she in bed? And she's like, Toya. And he like, oh my goodness. They just, oh, Toya. But I ain't gonna lie, besties. That's something I would do. I ain't gonna lie. But I do know how to read the room. I play with people younger than me, not my peers. But anyway, so inside they have a dance off. Girl, Simone still can't dance. And all I heard was Dr. Damon say, I don't want a line dance. Okay, well then don't. And then I think I heard Heavenly talk about putting them boots on the ground, child. Okay, so they had a good time. No drama. That was nice. So over at Quad's house, she gets the news from, the doctors over in Ghana. And she wants Kirk wants King to come on into the room. And so she reads it out loud. And so, there were 4 embryos. So only one is working, 3 didn't work, or they may not work. So she feels like a failure. She's crying. King tells her that she's not a failure. And she cries and she's like, I did everything right. And I'm sticking myself and keeping up with my appointments. And I was like, you're doing everything right. King ain't your husband. Okay, stick to the but you're not doing everything right. You skipping some steps, girl. Okay, so okay, you got a partner, but you're not married. So don't say you're doing everything right. You're doing things. So he's like, I just want to make sure you can handle this emotionally because it's a lot. You gonna go through this again? And she's like, don't be like that. Don't say that you don't want to do it. You don't want it. You don't. You give it up. So he's like, well, I'm being real. Like he's like, I'm telling you, I do not want more kids, but I'm doing it to support you. And this thing is expensive. you know, he was like, she said, you knew it was gonna be expensive. He was like, wait a minute, because we've done it 3 times. This is the third round. We thought it was gonna catch in the first round. So I didn't expect all this. So then she says, well, I got an idea. I'll pay for the next round and you don't have to give me a dime. He ain't got to pay. So he like, no, that's not what that's about because I still need to be there and you need to be practical. Like we still got to travel to Ghana. I still got to take time out to be with you, deal with your hormones and blah, 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 blah. And so his thing is like, when do we stop? Like, when do we read the room? When do we see the writing on the wall that this is not going to happen? It's too late. Just saying. No, don't do this. And Quad cries some more, and the episode is over. Not a bad episode. Not too much drama. I'm okay with that. But besties, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be some drama next week. Angel said we need security around here. Goodness. We so get ready for next week. It's gonna be a lot more to talk about. But this wasn't a bad episode. I'm okay with the little filler. I like the little family reunion, all the colors of the t-shirts. And I didn't like Brandy. Her family got the tan t-shirts. I didn't like that too much. That was not a good color on her. But we barely saw her. But these newbies, what's up, besties? They ain't even they haven't even warmed up. Like, come on. And Mimi, you was here last season. When is your event? What's up? Did she have one and I forgot? But I don't know. Besties, like the video, comment, subscribe to my channel, hype the video up too, y'all. Put the hypes up. Hype, 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 hype. And make sure the notification bell is on when you subscribe. So that way you'll know each and every time I post my content. I'm sorry, it is 1:45 in the morning. It is time to go to bed. Bye, besties.